Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video of Tales and Tea with Trinity. I am Trinity, and today I want to do just a little reading vlog. My husband picked this book out for me when we went to Books A Million, which by the way is like 2 hours from my house. He picked out 3 books for me. I don't know if I posted that video yet at this point or not, but either way, so I wanted to just keep y'all updated. This is the book, These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. I've heard good things about this book, but I don't know what it's about. And I kid you not, I've not even read the back. Okay, I got up from work this morning and I grabbed it and I came. So I don't really know, but I'm probably gonna read it some today. Hopefully it's not too busy at work. And at some point I will turn the camera on and keep you updated. But anyway, I gotta go. Bye. In These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. I did start reading it at work yesterday, and I got, let's see, I got to page 83. So right now it's okay. Let me explain without spoiling. We are following a girl. It's giving Cinderella vibes at this point. Like it has nothing to do with Cinderella whatsoever. However, there's some Cinderella aspects. Like there's some things that happen. It's like, oh, by midnight, and there's like low-key like a fairy godmother-esque type of woman. But essentially what's going on is this girl lives with her sister in basically poverty. They live with their aunt, but their aunt is super cruel, super wicked. She's not a nice woman. But they are in debt and they have to pay rent every month to their aunt. However, each month that they are short, the interest is compounding so much to the point where they're gonna be old. They're gonna be old before they get out of slavery at this point. Well, one day, it's like the aunt's final straw, I guess you could say. And the aunt ends up selling the younger sister to the Fae King. The older sister is the female main character of the book, and she's been taking care of her younger sister, and she's been making sure that the rent is getting paid as much as possible. She steals, she does literally whatever she needs to except selling her body, essentially. But she's basically the sole protector of her sister. But her aunt sells her younger sister and pays their debt for them. And she talks about how happy that she should be and how grateful she should be that she sold her sister and that she's free now. Well, the sister's like, no, absolutely not. I'm not actually thankful, actually. She goes to the Fae world and is trying to get her sister back. And that's as far as I've gotten at this point. So, I'm excited. It's low-key, it's a good book. Like, there's lots of action going on. It's not, right now, it hasn't been slow yet, so far, in my opinion. But I'm about to walk on my walking pad and put Kindle on my TV. And I'm going to read and walk and do laundry at the same time. Because I'm a multitasker. Okay, so I feel like I only talk to y'all literally in the car. That's crazy of me. Let me finish backing up. Anyway, I feel like I only talk to you in the car.
But the car is like, I can multitask. Anyway, but, what the heck are y'all doing? Yo, this traffic be stressing me out, because what do you mean? Okay, you're gonna let me out. Okay, thank you, sir. Alrighty. So, I am almost done with these Hollow Vows. I say I'm almost done. I probably still have like 100 pages. But that's not a lot. Like, legitimately, that's not a lot. Let's just recap really quick on like what's going on. She is like in love with Sebastian. And because, okay, you can't erase like 2 years of chemistry. You just can't. So I understand like her still loving him. And I cannot imagine how she feels having to literally lie to him and use him and abuse him in the way that she is having to. I have a feeling that she's gonna be with Finn. But we just don't know enough about Finn at this point to even have a valid use of why she should be with him, you know? So she's trying to save her sister, but also Sebastian's also looking for her sister. But my thing is, like, yes, you're looking for her sister, but also, you know that the moment that you find her sister, she's gonna want to go back. So also, at the same time, I feel like he isn't really trying all that hard. Yeah? I don't know. Anyway, I just got to the point in the book where, like, literally 3 minutes ago. Well, first Sebastian is, like, randomly, like out of the blue, he's like, can I trust you? And she's like, yes, you can trust me. Why would you think that you couldn't trust me? So I'm like, girl, he's on to you. I don't know how he's on to you, but he's on to you, girl. And so now she's like freaking out. Bree is literally freaking out. The next day, she goes to Finn's house and is like helping them or whatever, and they're training. They train every single day. Like, it's nothing new. And Sebastian shows up. Like, I know you have her here. What? How do you know I have her here? What do you mean? And then Bree is like, how does he know I'm here? Like, that's actually crazy. So anyway, so she goes back to the castle, and he's like, oh, so like, are you in love with him? Have you been sharing my secrets with him? Are you trying to overthrow the kingdom? And she's like, bro, you need to calm down. And she's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just a girl. I'm just here. I'm just being trained. And you're doing too much. But I was like, also, I think Finn likes her. But I need to know more about Finn, because there's something happened with Finn. Because there's some girl, I cannot remember her name, but Pretha brings her up all the time. There was another girl at some point, I fear. But I just need to know more about Finn. I'll be able to make a decision once I know more about Finn. I feel like Sebastian, like, truly does love her and care about her, but he doesn't know what's best for her, because he keeps trying to push her. He's like, yes, I love you, and you have to compromise every single thing that you've ever hated about fairies and marry me. And she quite literally despises everything about Faye, but yet he's still like he's not compromising anything. It's like she's the one compromising everything if she were to decide to be with him. So I'm like, girl, I don't know about that now. But then Bertha's daughter, that little girl, she's a sight. And she literally said that the silly queen. Like, that's just not in her future, I guess. So I in my head, I know that she either cannot be with Sebastian, or something's gonna happen to Sebastian's throne, and they're gonna still be together even though he doesn't have a crown. But I feel like it's not that. Book 2, the cover of book 2 is her and Sebastian. So also at the same time, I'm like, hang on a diddly darn second, because I thought she was supposed to be with Finn. So I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. I'm just a girl, and as a person zooming down the highway like they got somewhere to eat. That's crazy. They have their hazard lights on, but one of their lights don't even work, so it just looks like they got a blinker wrong. That's crazy. Anyway, okay. That's all I had to say. Goodbye. Hi guys, so I'm starting The Dagger and the Flame. I am super excited. I don't know anything about this book other than the fact that it's supposed to be good. So let's read it. So on the back it says, in a deadly game of revenge, in a deadly game of revenge, the most dangerous mistake of all is falling in love. Oh, there's like a little city on the back. Wait, okay. Now y'all know I love me some Lauren Roberts up. And she said, sizzling romance, stunning world building, and spectacular writing. In a dark underbelly of a beautiful city, 2 rival gang members are pitted against each other in a deadly game of duty and revenge, in which the most dangerous mistake is falling in love. In Phantom? A kingdom of cobbled streets, flickering lamplight, beautiful buildings, and secret catacombs. Shade magic is a scarce and deadly commodity controlled by 2 enemy guilds, the Cloaks and the Daggers, the Thieves and the Assassins. On the night of her mother's murder, 17-year-old Seraphine runs for her life. Seeking sanctuary with the Cloaks, Sarah is set on revenge. But are her secret abilities a match for the dark-haired boy whose quicksilver eyes are following her around the city? Nothing can prepare Sarah for the moment she finally comes face to face with Ransom, heir to the Order of Daggers. And Ransom is shocked to discover that this unassuming farm girl wields a strange and blazing magic he has never seen before. As the Cloaks and the Daggers grapple for control of Phantom's underworld, Sarah and Ransom are consumed by the push and pull of their magic and the deadly spark and terrible vengeance that keeps drawing them back together. Wait, I'm so excited, actually. Oh, there's notes in here. Oh, there's notes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Hey guys, so it's definitely been a minute. Also, I realized that I never pulled up the camera and talked to y'all anything about this second book in these Hollow Vows series. I did not turn my camera on one time when I read this. It was a 5-star read. And I don't really know what was going through my mind the entire time that I was reading this, because I was freaking out the entire time. But I didn't even think one time, oh, let me turn my camera on and tell everybody what's going on. No, I didn't. So just a little recap. To let everyone know what's going on, where I've been, and what's the book update. So, anyway, yeah, also, I really didn't feel me reading this. Also, I read y'all, like, the back cover and, like, the inside, but really that was it. It was a good read. It was fun. It was interesting. It was cute, but it was maybe not the best book to read right after a 5-star read. But I fear, at least me personally, whenever I rate a book 5 stars, which actually I rated both of these 5 stars. But regardless, I think for me personally, when I read a 5-star book, the book after is always a much lower rating than if I were to read it any other time, I fear. And so I try to be lenient with the ratings that I give after a 5-star read, just because I know myself and I know that I'm expecting out of this book what I just got out of this book, and they're not adding up because they're not the same author, they're not the same world, they're not anything the same. Nothing about these books are the same. And maybe I don't know, would it be easier to read a book that's in the same genre or with the same tropes, or would it be easier and better to read something completely different on the opposite spectrum of whatever it was that I just rated 5 stars? Because maybe that makes sense. Maybe I should start doing that, because then it's like I'm not trying to relate the 2 books, and it's a whole new thing. I don't know. Maybe I should try that. Anyway, this book, at the end of this book, she picked Sebastian, okay? She picked Sebastian. Bye-bye Finn. Okay? Bye-bye Finn. Then, the very last chapter, the betrayal. The betrayal happens. And it's big. It's pretty big. It's a pretty big betrayal moment. Let me tell y'all, the way that this girl crashes out is amazing. It's literally amazing. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? She's literally crashing out, but it is the best crash out ever. Like, it's such a great crash out, which is crazy to say. But she was like, yeah, I have powers now and I'm a baddie and I'm going to use them against you. And then this book is like I'm running from him, like everybody's been betraying me. You're wrong and you're wrong and you've been lying to me and you've been lying to me and you've been lying to me, and what's truth and what's a lie and who do I trust, and finding out who she is and finding out how she fits into this world. And just how she's growing into the person that she is very beautiful. And then on top of that, the love. The romance is romancing, because what do you mean? What do you mean? And this can be really deceiving. This picture right here is really deceiving, because before I read it, I was like, oh, well, there's 3 people here, but then there's only 2 here, right? And so I was like, oh, well, she definitely picks him. Like, what a giveaway. That's stupid. No, it's not stupid. Yeah. So, I was tricked. Don't fall for the trickery. 5 stars. 5 stars, 5 stars, 10 stars. That doesn't exist. Lexi, you did your good one here, girl. You did your good one here. Now, onto The Dagger and the Flame. I enjoyed this book. It was a fun time, but I was a little bored, a little dragged. I felt dragged along. And it was not the best book I've ever read in my entire life. Which is fine. Like, it's totally fine. Like, 3 stars. 3 stars for sure. I would recommend it. And I enjoyed it. But I didn't get everything out of it that I was expecting and that I wanted to. But there's a 3-legged dog, and he's so stinking cute. Not that I've ever seen him. He's in my imagination. But she has a 3-legged dog, and every time that I'm just like, oh my gosh, Pippin. He's, in my head, he's so cute. But anyway, the second book just came out recently. I don't know if I will continue. Take that as you will. I do have a little ranty rant with this book, but I'll go more into that for my January wrap up when I put that video out, because there is something about this book that really bothers me, but I just kind of slid it aside because the romance was so good. But yeah, it still bothers me. It just doesn't quite add up in my head, and so I don't know how to anyway, that's so besides the point. But RJ didn't do a bad job picking out these books. He really didn't. He did a good one. He did a good one too. 1, 2, 3. I would like to read Thorn Season though. That pink book that we almost got. That does look really interesting. I would love to pick that up. For not reading or being interested in books whatsoever. He did a pretty good job. Until next time, I will see y'all later.